socialism. Not socialism.
Every word of that
fascism
was just bleh to me.
So
every single syllable was just like, ugh.
I'm with North and that's it. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm from the Midwest, sir.
There's a town in West Virginia called Big Ugly.
yeah, it's not surprising.
I love these facts so much.
Dude, there were legit 5 jokes running through
Imagine
my mind.
right now where you come from. Big Ugly. Yeah, that checks out. That ain't surprising at all.
Big, ugly West
Just look at
Virginia.
your ID. Are you the mayor?
Because, like, even, like, out of context, it's just like big, ugly West Virginia. It's like, hey, our state isn't that bad. It's like, no, I'm just saying a city. It's a place that exists.
Big ugly, comma, West Virginia. Oh, I would hate it.
Oh, legitimately.
Imagine you're a basketball star hailing from big ugly West Virginia.
Nintendo absolutely knows about the internet, Triton, because like a couple months after the Bowsette thing happened, they changed the crown's description. It was just like, only Toadette can wear this crown. So it's just like, kill that noise. Martin Luther King Jr. earned a C in his public speaking class during his 2 semesters in seminary school.
Who is that teacher?
Who's the dude?
Okay, is it a white teacher? And is that the reason why?
Let me see. Let me go
Who was
look
the
deeper.
dude that... Because you know you gotta wake up one day,
They just go,
20 years later,
that move changed everything.
and I gave him a motherfucking C.
He wrote the I Have a Dream speech in school. He's just like, why are you writing about dreams? Dreams are for children.
You'll never make it, Martin. This is trash.
Or does the dude wake up like, yeah, my C incentivized him to get better?
Y'all know I was his teacher.
Yeah.
And I told him that I was pushing him to do better.
Apply
The C
yourself.
was- oh my goodness.
You can go one or 2 ways with that way. Either A, I'm a fraud, or B, I'm inspiring people so hard that I inspired the civil rights movement. Just through my teaching.
It's just some like physicist teacher in like the 30s is like, oh man, look, I'm looking through all these old papers that I got, physics papers. Look at this D- I gave to this kid named Albert Einstein.
Oh, no, surely that can't be the same one.
Dude, imagine Stephen King in a creative writing class. Like, C-, sir. Your adjectives, I don't know what you're doing. A dog with rabies, what's up?
In Tupac in math class, the teacher just comes up, Tupac, what I tell you about writing raps in class?
You're not gonna make it with this. You need these numbers. Get some bucks in you. And then 4 years later, you gotta dance around to slip up. You in the club banging it.
You know I taught Sue Tupac.
Oh, dude, I would never sleep.
I'd be shaking.
The PS5 in a year has outsold the Wii U's lifetime sales.
Y'all leave the Wii U alone. He tried his best.
Hey, consumers did.
Accurate.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
Going for.
Early
Yes, it is.
adopter.
Exactly what we're going for.
Oh, dude, I will never forget that woman with all them Wii U's in the back of her car, thinking she was gonna flip them boys.
Oh, someone tried to do that near you guys?
No, it's a viral picture.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, dude, I'll look it up.
I think I've seen this.
It's unfortunate. Let's see what else we got. Well, actually.
Yep, all I had to look up was Wii U woman.
Wii U woman. Oh, this is gonna be
Get
good.
some. Get some, y'all.
Let's see, Wii U woman.
No, I already got it on for you.
Oh, okay.
Where's it going?
He posted it in chat.
Oh, okay. I can look at it. Yeah.
Oh no.
Scalper beautifully boned.
Oh, and those are like even. Ooh. Ooh. There's probably like 2 per box in the boxes behind her too. Yikes.
That boy's in a back seat and everything.
Yeah, you can see him on the console. Dude, this is at least 10?
She's like, this is my retirement.
Yeah, she thought she was gonna flip these for double, because remember, the Wii was having supply issues, so this is the next console of the Wii, so why wouldn't I do it?
She didn't find it odd that she can buy in 15 of them?
Day one in the store.
Yeah, I was, because of like what the day I went through trying to get a Wii when it first came out, where I lucked the fuck out. By someone's generosity, which, where's that in this world? Where I was just. Boo! It's been a bit. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 300.
It kind of undercuts the
35.
boo when there's a whole intro song going.
See, I scared meme. It worked. Yay.
A little early for that as well, isn't it?
It's a surprise. It's a jump scare. We're having an actual podcast episode after a month. Roughly.
Has it been a month?
It's been 3 weeks. Kelly's wedding. You guys were moving last week. This is week 3. And then, the other one was a week prior. So, it's been a month. Just about.
I don't think that maths, but okay.
Yeah, roughly 3 weeks. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. Ralph, baby, once you hear the music, he is basically a wrestler every time he comes into the podcast. The music plays, he trounces in. Oh boy.
My God, it's Kane.
He was definitely around earlier because he was using Plex.
Oh, okay.
So
You might.
was
Is he
around.
still using Plex? Maybe that's why.
Hold on. Let me definitely check.
Oh boy. So, obviously been a busy couple of weeks. More so for everyone else but me.
Your time will come.
Yeah, well, that's next month. But we had Kelly's wedding, which a few things we can talk about here and there, but it was overall a very fun time. Ralph then immediately drove back to Wisconsin to then get on an airplane to then fly to New York to go to his brother's wedding last weekend. These two, I guess that way, we're in the middle of a move, or just starting the move, basically.
If we didn't go to the wedding that weekend, we would have started the move.
Yeah. So moving into a new house all of last week. I'm assuming you guys didn't even have internet last Sunday.
We got it like at 6:37.
Ah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sort of scrolled in and just went click.
Yeah.
Of
course.
Could have done that.
Is it good internet? Just because
It's Comcast.
okay.
You got Comcast, you got AT&T. What do you want?
Whatever Amber has. Don't get that. That's basically it. We were playing Super Bunny Man on Friday and just without fail a couple of times just blipped out. Okay, reconnect. Just get.
I saw like billboards around here that's just like, get WoW internet.
Wow.
You get a gig internet for $60. I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
Well, it's,
WoW is one of them. Now Spectrum.
well, WoW was turned into BreezeLine here, and that's the internet company that fucked me over. So don't get them. No matter what. And basically, if you look at that fine print where it says 1 gigabit, if you look a little bit underneath it, it'll say up to, which is never is.
That's what they all say. Like,
Never is.
Once. There's
Never.
that one period of time, 3:05 on a Sunday morning. You better get on there. You got 5 minutes of gig internet.
Yeah. But I guess all in all, move went smooth.
Smooth enough.
Smooth
Okay.
as possible.
We're
Yeah,
still technically in the middle of it.
Oh.
Well, everything's moved in. It's just stuff needs to be moved around.
Okay.
Moved up, moved around.
The thing that I always hated was, like, you basically move everything, like, important furniture, small things, what have you. But then it's just, like, you have all this, like, extra foodstuffs or just other, like, junk that you've accumulated over a couple of years. And you're like, I don't want to move this. So it's just, like, then it's a clean out.
I don't want to unhook it. I don't want to hook it back up.
Just bags of stuff, and then you move all the bags of stuff, and like, where's my thing? And it's like, it's in the bag of stuff, and then you gotta dig through the bag of stuff, and it's there, or it might not be.
I told the story too where I was like, it was literally the last day in my last house where that whole like family meltdown happened across the street from my old house. I've definitely told it before, where I'm just like throwing crap into a dumpster that I had just ordered. I'm like, not my problem. Not my problem. The other neighbor's just like, are you glad you're getting out of here? I'm like, But
cheated with your grandma, huh? Dang, that's rough.
Yeah.
You get this. I don't need this lamp anymore.
Yeah. But yeah. So if Ralph ever comes back, there's stories that can be told. He forgot to grab the headband. I'm mad at him.
Beautiful.
There is a picture that he took with all the groomsmen in Akatsuki socks.
Yep.
It's like, you
It happens like that.
bastard.
Ruined. You wasted your money, your time, everything. Good joke, just right there.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
just like, whoops, I forgot.
Yep. But I think last weekend was just kind of a last weekend for me was I am taking a break weekend on purpose because I know I'm basically not going to get another one of these for maybe the rest of the year. But in terms of just like funny things with me, so last week after the wedding, so I in the morning drink energy drinks. That is my morning coffee. It's not the best thing, but I don't like coffee, and I need a little pick-me-up in the morning. I've been drinking Ghost, which I hear conflicting things of a lot of people say it is a pre-workout, and if you go to a grocery store, you'll find it in, like, the health section. It won't necessarily be with other energy drinks and what have you, but then it's also sold in gas stations, so I really don't know what...
Pre-workouts are functionally the same as energy drinks. They have a lot of the same things. It's just that pre-workouts are in higher concentration because it's just like you drink it and you get that 1 or 2 hours where you do workout. So it's just bam, right then and there, as opposed to spread out more with an energy drink throughout the day.
Okay. And that's probably
That's the short answer.
Gotcha. That's probably what led to me, because I'd been noticing for the last couple months, I had been crashing in like 5, 6 o'clock-ish time frame after I got home from work. And I went cold turkey without energy drinks for a week. Mornings sucked. They sucked. But I did not crash, so I'm like, okay. But I still have a bunch of Ghosts still left in my fridge, so that'll be
Just sitting there just like, you've done this to me.
I'll probably, if I actually get my butt in gear and start doing some workouts, maybe that'll just be like, on the days I do workouts, there you go. But
back when I used to drink energy drinks, what I would do is you drink most of the energy drink, but save a little bit
and then use that to counteract the crash, and then you only get a little bit of a crash because of the little bit that you drank.
Well, I started looking at alternatives. Well, OBS just kind of
I saw that.
Make sure we're good. Okay. Or maybe it was Discord. I don't know. I basically was looking up, okay, what are like consensus people's healthiest energy drink out there? Looked up a couple things, and the two that were at the top were Zevia makes an energy drink now. They mostly just made like alt soda. Which, and my big thing was I didn't want like too much of like any one ingredient, like nutritional value. If it's like 180% of a given thing, I was like, I kind of wanted to avoid that. And if you look at the Zevia nutrition label, literally nothing. It is like caffeine, water, flavoring. That is about it. It is the barest bones. Here is some caffeine.
Here. It's basically a caffeine pill.
Basically. And then the other thing that was recommended was Zoa, which is the Rock's energy drink. And it has like a bunch of different stuff, but like the only thing that it had above 100% of your daily value was vitamin C. And then after like looking into it, it's like you basically just pee it out. So it's not like the worst thing for you.
That's a lot of vitamins. You just pee them out if your body doesn't need it. Your body knows what's up. It's only a certain couple of them that are harmful in large doses.
But so I think it was, what day was it? So I had like got them in the mail from Amazon, and I think it was Wednesday. It's either Wednesday or Friday. No, it was Friday. Tried Zoa. And I'm in the car. I have it in the car. I'm about to open it up, and I'm like at a stoplight. I'm looking at different stuff, and then I kind of noticed the caffeine amount of a Zoa. Most of the energy drinks that I had, I think it was like 140 milligrams, which is like 2 cups of coffee. Looking at Zoa, I say, oh, 210. This is 3 cups worth of coffee in 1 can. I'll try it. Cherry limeade flavor, tastes good, what have you. About like 11 o'clock. And I also need to preface that I don't normally eat breakfast in the mornings. I notice I'm in a meeting, and I just noticed my leg is just bouncing. I'm like,
this boy can't take it.
I was like, oh no. And it's like, I was awake. Most awake I think I've been in my entire life. And just, I could kind of like feel my heartbeat a little bit. I'm like, this ain't
good.
This not good.
You gotta work your way up to that.
This is not good.
Just like, I have slept exactly 3 minutes. I'm gonna take me one of these. That's where you take it, not just a normal day.
And so we like get to, I'm like standing in line. There's like the buffet thing at work, and I'm just like kind of like pacing a little bit back and forth. I'm like, this is am I gonna?
I don't like this.
Am I gonna have a heart attack? Like, what was that? Oh no! Once I got food in me, drank a bunch of water, felt fine. Ended up feeling, and I was awake for like the whole day, which is like what I wanted. I was like, but I don't want to feel that way ever again. That was definitely like I have never like willingly checked my pulse to see how fast my heartbeat was. I did. I was like, how we doing right now? Which I have now, but the big thing was I didn't have breakfast. There was nothing in my stomach when I had it. So I was like, okay, let me try it again with something actually there to absorb some of this, which I did today, and it didn't have any of those symptoms, and I actually feel awake and alert. So I just need to eat breakfast in the mornings if I'm going to use that drink.
Get you a granola bar or one of them fig Newtons or something.
I'll just
that doesn't make no sense with what you just said.
There was, I mean, like,
you can eat
I was always like doing like Eggo waffles and stuff like that. But then I know I was doing for a bit. They do. I've seen some recipes for like literal egg muffins. So you do 2 eggs, throw in like ground beef or a few other things, and just bake them in the oven for like not even 10 minutes, and then you have like a full week's worth of breakfast protein, what have you. So I might just start doing that again. But yeah, just almost had a heart attack on Friday. Just gut punched myself with caffeine.
Also, Ralph is omega sick, so he will not be here.
Oh, he went
Double wedding. That's probably. You don't want to say it, but it's probably the thing. Or just a normal sickness.
Well, that's the big thing.
Some cough going around.
Yeah. There's been a bunch of colds and stuff. Kelly got just whammied.
Got that
on
1-2 punch.
Yeah, on her honeymoon. Ended up, unfortunately, getting COVID. She did experience a good chunk of Disney, but just the thing that broke my heart was I think it was like a Macron dessert thing that they got delivered to them on the last day. She didn't have a sense of taste because of COVID.
That is.
She needs a do-over hard. I'm so sad for her. I'm glad she got to experience a whole bunch of the rides and stuff and the what have you. But yeah, missed out on probably some good food, good drinks.
Yeah. And it wasn't the laid out COVID, it's the I can still walk around COVID stuff, but just taste and smell. I remember when we had it, that was the worst thing of just this should taste like something, and it's the craziest thing.
I've never had that.
I had a bag of my favorite chips, and I ate it, and I went, this doesn't even just not taste right, it doesn't taste. And I went and got a test the next day.
I've never had the taste
get better,
loss.
Ralph, get worse. Don't put that on him, meme. He needs to get what he put out into the universe. You know what I'm saying? It's finally coming back to him.
Oh boy.
But yeah, no, that lack of tasting was awful. And I remember the first thing that I could taste was some soup. I was just like, ooh, this is real salty. I was like, oh, it's salty.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. It was real salty. It was just a can of Campbell's soup, and I was just like, I can't eat this. Had to water it down a lot.
But I guess any stories that you guys want to tell about the wedding before we move on? Or do we want to save with Ralph here, just because you guys had an adventure?
Yeah, we can save it, and I don't think we have too much either way.
People at my work also said, because the picture of me in the hat and the suit, that is my work picture now, because I think that is a very good picture.
I wouldn't classify it as good, but you could.
It's a better picture than I had before.
I don't know what you had before. I just know this one's not good.
No, not the picture. It was all of us.
Oh, okay.
That was
the one picture. Where I zoomed in. I'm like, this is legitimately, I think, the best picture I've ever seen of you.
Yes, it's that picture, not the picture. But they were just like, yeah, you do look like the guy from Soul. I'm just like, but jokes on them. I got a new job, so I'm out of there, bitch.
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna be hurt.
Oh yeah, no, because they're really hurting right now. It is one of those hard morning breaks are gone, afternoon breaks are tentative. Lunches, you be back on the dot. They have lost so many people. They're not training new people.
When's your last day? And have you put in your 2 weeks?
Nope. I just learned about getting the job yesterday.
Oh, you got a new job?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank Christ.
It is the 25th is my new. Yeah, it was. I was interviewing. It was between me and somebody else who was recommended. So they told me that, and it was like, you did a very good job, and the other person also did a good job, and they were also recommended. So I'm just like, I will taper my expectations. The other person got the job, but they failed the drug test. So it comes to me.
You see him outside, be like, hey, I got the stuff.
Yeah, you just pay somebody to jab them with crack.
But congrats. I guess no specifics, but is it the job that you wanted, in terms of the new
No
pay bump?
Yes.
Good. Good.
It's a hybrid position where it's 3 days at home and 2 days in the office.
Okay.
In the office, it's more hands-on, and at home, it's more called help desk thing. So
hey,
it's gonna be interesting, at least.
My company is talking about going back full in office, and I'm a sad panda.
That's what they're doing for everybody.
Yeah. I think it was Amazon. Literally, it was Amazon. Amazon's just like, hey, we're going back full in office, and every other company.
We're back.
Yeah, every other company was like, well, there's permission.
If Amazon's doing it, we back too, baby.
But that's what everybody does. They wait until somebody does a thing, and then they all do the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Just the way it goes. And I think it started even before Amazon with things like, not Skype. What was the other one? Zoom or something. Zoom called everybody back into office, and it's
the irony
like,
of that.
It's like, but we're the thing. We do the.
Yeah, that's
the irony. One of the first people calling people back in Zoom.
And it's two things. It's one it's three things. It's one, showing they have the power, so we're gonna do this. Two is making sure that these offices are used, because in their mind they're losing an investment for future, like when it gets sold or whatever, or the next person that wants to rent, they may need to lower the cost of the rent because nobody needs an office. And three, it's a way to fire people without firing people, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to leave that job without needing to pay severance or unemployment or anything. It like, if you're work from home and the office is in Chicago and you live in Washington, you can't commute there. You can't go there. You can't reasonably be expected. So if they're like, return to office, and they have to let you go because you're not in the area, they'd probably still have to pay that in unemployment. But if you just leave, they ain't got to pay.
Never really thought about that aspect of it, of just like making people leave without
severance and all
actually doing it.
Yeah. You probably save a couple million not paying severance to the, let's say, 1,500 people that leave your company.
Yeah, BG, when I said I got the job, BG was just like, why would you go into a job like this knowing that you smoked? It's just a baffling thing that people do.
Yeah.
Well, if they sometimes people won't even like do a drug test. So
they're just hoping on that.
But even then, I honestly think this is one of those, I was recommended, so I'm already in there anyway. So who cares if...
Probably.
Plus, maybe even Michigan is one of those states, because I honestly don't know, where it's so legal that you could just kind of walk into a place with your ID and buy some drugs.
You can.
Yeah. So they're probably like, it's all legal here. Who cares if I've got weed in my system, whereas this company's like, we do not want that.
Yep. Drop my controller. There we go. All right. So there's like 2 weeks worth of stuff. Probably don't have to go over everything, but have a few little tidbits here and there. Have you guys tried the Krabby Patty? I have not.
No.
Yes.
Oh, you did?
It's a Wendy's burger.
I did.
With a sauce.
I did, because I needed to know.
And it was a Wendy's burger with a sauce, wasn't it?
It was a Wendy's burger with a sauce. And they put so little sauce on it that it was not worth it. I was pissed because I ordered extra sauce. I can pull out the Wendy's app right now and show BG that I put extra sauce. And they put a dollop of sauce on my...
How do you know that wasn't the extra?
What could they have possibly done with normal?
A smidge.
If that was extra and normal is less, they could not do light.
Dollop. Smidge dollop.
Yeah. Learn your measurements, cuck.
There you go. There you go. I have not tried it, just because I was kind of
Krabby Patty, extra sauce. They charged me 50 cents for that. And they went...
I'd say a smidge is less than $1.
We can't. We can't.
I think it goes scoosh, smidge, dollop.
Is that a word?
Yeah, a scoosh.
Scoosh of that.
How do you spell that? I am Google.
I think it's SKOOSH.
Say search on. But yes, it is. The sauce is essentially Thousand Island, and it's got a little bit of spice to it. And it is
in the Oxford Dictionary. Okay.
The state of you, Michael.
A squirt or splash of liquid.
Yeah, you thought I was lying about it?
I had never heard that word until today.
We're all learning.
And now I want to use it all the time.
You never heard like a
See, Meme hasn't heard it either. Meme hasn't heard it either.
That has nothing to do with me.
But the Frosty is very good. There was not enough pineapple mango goo in it. It was just a skosh, if we were to say.
a scoosh of pineapple goo.
Yes, it could have been more, and I'm pissed that it wasn't because it was tasty.
It sounds like they really just
They were hurt.
cucked you out. Yeah, you know what? They probably were.
They were hurting.
They probably did not have enough of the Krabby sauce left
This is
to keep making these, so they can't do that
But
extra.
It was day of. I got it.
Phil said they were done after 4 days.
He lied.
Yes, of course he lied, but you can see where it goes.
Is this a Szechuan sauce situation? Mickey
Yeah,
D's.
something like that. And then we got it, and it was just fake boxes sitting there because nobody wanted it because it sucked.
It was a meme sauce.
It was the Morbius sauce.
Now, if we had people in tuxedos going to specifically buy Szechuan sauce, then I could consider it the Morbius. All right. See, next up, Silent Hill 2, getting pretty good reviews. BG, I know you had your doubts.
Of course.
Have you played it?
Bloober Team sucks. But for the most part, they didn't change any. So the issue with Bloober Team isn't necessarily their gameplay, even though the gameplay of this isn't spectacular. It's just fine. But their big problem is story and how they handle things like mental illness and jump scares and that type of thing. But with a firm foundation, it's a fine game.
Okay.
They didn't change too much, so they worked with what they already had. It was already 80% there for them.
Yes.
And all they did was do their 20% of stuff, which is good.
I know Meme was complaining about the combat in one of the streams that I did, which
it's not very good.
Which they updated it though, right? From my understanding.
Oh yeah, 2 was the original Silent Hills combats were clunky. Isn't even the word for it.
That was kind of like my debate and argument where it's just like if you go too referential and too catering to the original game, some of these games have very dated controls, mechanics, combat, etc. So you kind of risk alienating people, or it's just like they want what they think that game was with the modern conveniences of today. Yeah. The example I brought was Resident Evil 2 remake. People love that remake game. It's not tank controls. It's not still cameras. It is the over-the-shoulder modern Resident Evil formula. Gameplay's great. Yep. Game is great. But I'm sure a lot of people are probably like, where's my tank control? Like, you're not going to appease everybody. But... So there's that fine balance. There are some games that can be just almost straight ported because the gameplay still holds up. Metroid Prime Remake or Remaster or whatever the heck you call it. Basically was the exact same game with the graphical uphaul. That's it. But for some true remakes, you kind of have to add a little as well as bringing it to the modern times. Would you recommend I play the original before I play the remake?
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
It's not a necessary thing. If you want to, it might help just so you can see, but I don't think you need to play it necessarily in that order. You could probably play the remake and then go back to the original at some point. Okay. The only thing I say is play it on PC with the fixes a lot of people made.
Okay. Oh, mods.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's a
Sunny mod, which makes it not scary at all. Clear skies.
No. It's like a definitive version where they do a bunch of bug fixes and make it more HD and that type of stuff.
Okay, because I know for a fact I do want to play Silent Hill 1 before I play any of the 2s. And I'm debating for my spooky game this year to either be Silent Hill 1 or Crow County. Which that I'm still
good.
Figuring it out.
But if you do Silent Hill 1, yeah, you could do the original Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
If you want.
All right.
The remake will be there for you whenever you're ready.
Gotcha. All right. We have some great announcements that have come out. Top of the list, though, Nintendo hitting it out of the park. Alarmo. Why is no one else clapping?
It is sold out in Japan.
Yeah. No.
People are clapping for some reason.
Unironically. So
I don't understand.
To be the most fair, I like the motion sensing technology of it. Just carte blanche. Absolutely. Is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. I'm not paying $100 for it.
$100. Straight face, just like give us $100 for some coin sounds.
Just to hear "Wake Up, Link."
Yep.
I can hear that. I can.
You know what? Now you said that. Now you said that though. Is it still available?
Here we go. Yeah, it's very. You're gonna buy it, so we can price it out as whatever.
Same thing with the GTX, the NVIDIA cards. They're gonna price it out to whatever. The main one's supposed to be $2,500. They don't care.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, Nintendo does this a lot with a lot of their things, where they try to gamify mundane aspects of life. They actually, like, Pokemon has Pokemon Sleep. They had a lot of Pokemon stuff has, like,
you mean?
We're getting to that. They had, like, the little Fitbit things that, like, where you could train your Pokemon just while you're walking. I know Nintendo, with Wii Fit and all the other, like, different fitness things that they've come out with over the years. So they do have, like, health initiatives and stuff, which apparently this was, like, in the works since before Satoru Iwata passed away. They just finally actually got it out. But at the end of the day, Nintendo started as a toy company. They're trying to make weird, dumb toys.
But they're also protecting their games in a way that's complete bullshit.
Oh, yes.
With their, there was a recent update to, like, their fact section or something, where the question was, these people are preserving games that are no longer sold by publishers. What's the problem? And the answer to that was, because it's illegal. One sentence answer, because it's illegal.
Oh, it's ours. It's mine.
Who cares if it's good? Who cares if nobody can legally buy it anymore? Illegal, no. They suck.
Did you see?
I don't understand why they keep getting by.
Did you see that there's a dude that is just going fisticuffs with Nintendo's legal team? No lawyer, just him.
Was it the modding dude?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he know he lost.
Well, he could have just settled
to pay. Yeah, he had an agreement for the settlement, and then he went. They also put in the clause of you can no longer work on this like cracking thing. He said sure, and then he did it anyway and started selling it again. There's no fight. There's no case.
Nintendo has come for me again.
But let's see, we got that. What other game stuff before we get to that big one? There was the State of Play. Let me actually just pull up the site and just see if there's anything I got super announced. The biggest thing was Ghost of Yotai.
Yep.
Which really, it's like, the Ghost of Tsushima was, I still have yet to play it, but I know it's a fantastic game. Sequel, same company. Should be, by all accounts, a pretty damn good game. But because the internet is the fucking internet, because a non-binary, very outgoing and very opinionated person is the lead star of the game,
woke.
Woke!
Unbelievable. Next topic, woke.
Shake head woke.
Mm-hmm.
Woke.
That could literally be like 85% of the discourse of gaming right now.
Just so
Shake
sick of
head
it.
woke.
I just don't care. Oh no, women woke.
But that's the thing. They feel like you should care, but no, like people do not care.
But the people that do care a lot.
They care
Yeah.
so
And they're
much.
the loudest, so
And it's so terrible.
they were just like, hey, lesbians, okay, whatever. Cool representation. Moving on. And they're just like, good luck! Look at them!
Where's my man?
I'm just so sick of it.
The same thing's happening with the Laura Croft anime right now. Just like, oh, the man structure. It's like...
So, other things that were announced at the State of Play. This is another, like, why? We're getting a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster on PS5.
Worthless.
Can't you already play the PS4 version on PS5?
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
pretty
better
sure.
now. Better now.
Woke.
It's better now.
Remasters. Woke.
You know what's funny? They de-wokeified her face. They made it prettier.
Yeah, I saw
Oh.
that too. I was just like,
That I did not see.
why?
And you know what? They complained. They went, what did they do to Aloy? This isn't my Aloy. Even though it's what they want, a prettier version of it. Can't win with these people.
Yep. Got some
Horizon's
DLC.
like 8 years old.
Yeah, it's not real. Let's, you know what? Let's. Oh.
Maybe even 6.
Zero Dawn. 7. 7 years old. Right in the middle. 2017. February 2017. It's almost 8 years old.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
It's goofy.
But
But it's clear that Sony doesn't have enough in the pipeline right now. So they're
Yeah.
kind of just throwing out remakes of things or remasters of things they know are going to make money. You've got your biggest sellers. You're going to have your Last of Us, which they did. You're going to have your Horizon, which they did. There's probably going to be an Uncharted collection at some point, and so on and so forth, ad infinitum until the heat death of the universe.
which the dumb thing is too, it's just like there are some games which will like not get like the most marketing or like seemingly kind of, at least to me, snuck under the radar, where it's just like I'll see like God of War plastered everywhere. But Refantizo sold 1 million copies in what, a day? Was it?
But that's a clear like budget title anyway. As like you say God of War. God of War's budget was probably all up like $400 million, including marketing and development and stuff.
That's fair.
Metaphor, I'd be shocked if the collective was $40 million to make and market that game.
That's fair. All right, other stuff. DLC for Alan Wake 2. New trailer for Dragon Age. A new Dynasty Warriors. Trying to see anything. Ooh, Fortnite controller. Nice.
That's what we've all been waiting for.
Yep. We get some Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver remasters. I do recall one of my best friends from back in my hometown loved this game series. So
Yeah,
we'll
it's
probably
good.
be excited for that.
This is exactly the type of thing that should be remastered.
Yes.
Games that cannot be played on your current console in any legal capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back more PS1, PS2 era things onto the current systems.
We have, in blatant disregard of the current patent lawsuit, Pow World saying we're coming to Sony. Stellar Blade is getting some Nier Automata DLC, which I love the tweet from the devs of Nier Automata. They're like, we like making money. In
That's
response
simple.
to this.
Do you want her in your game? She's available.
Mm-hmm.
Please put her in.
We have no loyalties. If Pepsi wants to pay us, we'll drink Pepsi. If
Tastes
Coke
better.
wants to pay us, Coke is time.
Yeah.
RC Cola, get on in there.
Another little trailer for Sonic X Shadows Generations, which apparently there is DLC, which you can just make Keanu the voice of Shadow in this game.
Yeah.
I will say they've been releasing these little like anime vignettes leading up to the release of this game. They went fucking hard on some of these little snippets. They are really good.
They know how to market.
Oh yeah. But that's kind of it, at least the big announcements that I can see here. We have Metro, that's a VR game. Okay, so VR stuff. All right, so there's that. Ubisoft's founding family, the Guillemets, and Tencent are trying to take the company private because they have been stinking up the place for the last year, and their share prices have crapped the bed.
Yeah, it's been flop after flop after flop, and then that's 85% of the reason that what's the game? Assassin's Creed was pushed back because they know they could not do another of their Star Wars. Hey, this is a buggy mess. They couldn't take another PR hit like that. So push the game back, polish it up, make it and sell like hotcakes, hopefully.
And the problem, I think, at least I feel like the recent issue with Ubisoft is from Origins, Assassin's Creed Origins. They have basically made the same game for the last like half decade. It's like the pseudo RPG action adventure game, open world thing. Like the only game that probably broke that mold was Skull and Bones, and look what happened with Skull and Bones. But the last few Assassin's Creed games, the Star Wars game, there's something else that I'm forgetting that they released kind of recently that was also in that Avatar that is in that same vein, but first-person shooter in that case. It just, when you kind of make the same game over and over and over and over again, people will stop coming. It's kind of why it's like I played Far Cry 3, tried to play Far Cry 4. I'm like, this is basically the same thing. A bunch of Bethesda games.
Play every single Far Cry since 3, and I have gotten about 5 to 6 hours into each of them before I go. Well, that's enough.
And just a lot of Bethesda games, like they're all first-person shooter in some aspect, and kind of play like the last one that I played was the it's where you're playing a character and someone can come into your game being the assassin trying to kill you, and it's like a time loop game.
From Bethesda?
Yeah, it's Bethesda published. Black guy was the main character. It was a female assassin that was trying to kill you.
Oh, Dead something?
Deathloop? Is it just Deathloop?
Deathloop? Yeah, that's probably what
I played that like once or twice on stream and was like, this is not hitting. This feels like another Bethesda game.
I still have yet to play Starfield.
I haven't touched that either. Just again, it's the same deal. Just like I watch gameplay, I'm like, this is just space Fallout.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of those types of fans do just want that. They just want Skyrim again. But in whatever locale. They just want Fallout again, just in whatever locale. It's not enough for me.
Same. And then the last thing I have in terms of game stuff, Game Freak, the makers of Pokemon, just today had some people I've seen the word Terra leak. One of the biggest leaks potentially in like gaming history, 25 years worth of, what was it? I just like literally, it's like 25 games of never before seen Pokemon art, assets, documents, canceled games, canceled movies, full game assets, like the actual source code of some of the games. So much stuff
So
out
it
there.
wasn't today that it happened. It happened like a couple of days ago. The person that did it released like I want to say something like 80 gigs of information, and they were like, "Yeah, there's a terabyte worth, or like 2 terabyte worth." It was a lot. And Game Freak just acknowledged it today, like, "Yes, this did happen."
And just there's stuff on like we now know. I had it here. We now know the code name of the Switch 2, which is Ounce, Project Ounce.
Yep.
Probably is, maybe it's like a lighter weight or something. Like now that just like breeds all the speculation in terms of that. The unannounced
Which is stupid because the Switch was named the NX. It was code name NX.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Doesn't necessarily tell you anything based upon his code name.
Then the new Pokemon game, which is the code name is reportedly Gaia, and then the versions are N and K. So a bunch of like little tidbits and information on terms of the new Pokemon games for the 10th gen. It's the source code of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2, and White 2, so the whole game. So new mods and ROM hacks of those games probably going to be coming out really soon. But yeah, just I don't know, because I think the breach happened in August, and I guess just people have been disseminating stuff since. But yeah, just overall huge. And there's probably going to be more stuff coming out. Probably even more information about upcoming games. But I think that's just like, do the leakers and the hackers, are they keeping that concealed and being good Samaritans? Probably not. We don't know.
Definitely not. Ransom boys.
There's at least 900 gigabytes worth of crap they still need to go through.
And you have to wonder, is this the good stuff or is this the lame stuff? Is there more stuff coming, or is it just like, well, they talked about getting Duke Nukem and then they just didn't want it. And that's like a gig.
But yeah. And just there's been like documents and stuff in terms of like Pokemon designs that were unused, old like differentiating designs of Pokemon that they ended up releasing. There's like this whole document that people have been making in terms of that and what have you. But yeah, I heard they're choosing not to spoil the upcoming game for what. Really?
If it's out there,
we'll see.
Yeah, game spoilers like this, I've always just been like, I don't really care. I'm speaking of somebody that's not really a gamer or anything. If it was just like Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming in 2025, I'd be like, yeah, leak that. But if it's just like they're working on Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm like, I don't care.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah, lawsuits are probably want to avoid too much, but you know, it's done at this point.
Yeah, it's out there, and
exactly.
It's gonna remain out there. There's not a lot they can do to stop what's gonna happen.
Just beyond trying to find the leakers and lawsuit, suing them to hell. But Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, I have not played it. I don't know if they have.
Our
either.
brothers have, and my God, they will not put it down.
More concurrent players right now than a lot of like legitimate fighting games as well, and that's just the power.
It's Dragon Ball.
It got
Dragon
the
Ball.
number one concurrent players of all time for a fighting game, I think.
Okay,
Which was 90,000 on Steam.
which
They
before it's even out, I think it's like hasn't even been like released yet, right? It's this week.
it's released.
Yeah, it was. Like 2 or 3 days earlier, so it released on Friday, and you could have played it like on Tuesday or something like that.
Gotcha.
But they are making, according to our little brother, it is just unbalanced to the fact that it's just like Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 best character in the game, like Chaozu terrible character. It's like if you're doing ranked like that, it's just gonna be nothing but Vegetos and Gogetas and UIs and Whis and stuff like that. So
and that's what's been happening.
So just make a mode that's just like all is balanced, all is equal, and then you have your fun party Gogeta.
Everyone has 400 damage.
Yeah.
Everyone has
because
50,000 health.
Who wants to be like, hey, I'm just trying to have fun with freaking Krillin, and then you get one shot by a Beerus? It's like this. There's no point in picking him. You can pick a Duck Hunt in Smash. Smash, there's people that are just like, oh, Sephiroth, he can destroy a universe. And then there's Duck Hunt. He's not getting one shot by that.
I've been seeing a lot of scrub quotes recently for this game. And in my head, it's just like, man, it's an anime arena fighter. What are you...
But there's also the fact that they do not punish rage quitters. So pick Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 if you lose and pull the plug, get back in there.
Yep. Somebody pulled the plug when they were facing Base Goten and like Vegito. And it's like, what are you doing?
I do like some of the little tidbits I've seen here where it's just like you have like a group of 4 characters, and depending on how you group the characters, you'll get like unique voice lines. If you do like all the mini Gokus and Goten's like, am I even supposed to be here?
That was good.
It's like good stuff like that. I just forgot one other little thing, which is mostly affects 90% Smash players. Which this more annoyed me. So I recently modded one of my Switches. Which
knock.
Oh shit!
Nintendo has come
They've
for
come
me,
for
guys.
They own the podcast now.
But and just like there's guides online. It's pretty damn simple. But that relies on like stable firmware, and literally like 3 days after, Nintendo's like, "Hey, firmware update." I was like, "God damn it!" So now I just have to wait a bit to re-up that stuff. But one of the unintended side effects of this update is if you have a GameCube adapter plugged into it and unplug it, you cannot reconnect the GameCube adapter until you hard power off the Switch. Literally turn it off, turn it back on with the adapter plugged in. The other funny side effect is, I don't know if it doesn't work with the input integrity, which is like the best third party and the best GameCube adapter on the market. It doesn't happen with the normal Nintendo GameCube adapters. And I don't know about other third party ones, but the Mayflash, which is like the most popular, it's the really cheap third-party GameCube adapter. It will read your inputs on 2 ports. So you'll move it's like you're on the character select screen of Smash Bros. It'll do player 1 and 2, and it'll move things in sync. You get into a game, it's reading both your inputs for both characters. So a lot of people were like, in like the local Smash team, we're like, can we run like a stupid side bracket?
I was gonna say
with this glitch. Just everyone is ice climbers.
I was gonna say that. That sounds so fun. Just like you versus 2 CPUs,
or even 2 people versus each other.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That sounds stupid fun.
And it's only
get in while you can.
But it's only seemingly the Mayflashes. Which again, like they should probably fix it doesn't connect anymore, but they're not going to look for some third party thing. They're not going to care, but their own stuff they're going to care about. But yeah, there's a couple of switches at the tournament today where it's just like, if there's a Mayflash, just because I want the most optimal experience I can, the most pure input detection. So I usually unplug the Mayflash, plug in my little tiny adapter. I'm like, actually, oopsies. It's one of these guys. I just like, it fits in my little like controller bag thingy. But I plugged it in, unplugged it, and then someone else stepped up and there was no adapter there, so they just borrowed mine. They're like trying to do it. And I'm like, then I see them like, hold down the power button. It's just like some people updated their firmware. The one Switch I have in my backpack stays in my backpack, so it just does not touch internet. So it's just like, this will never be updated until this is fixed. But yeah, that was fun for the past couple tournaments, and will continue to be until Nintendo does something, which they probably won't. What else do we got here? There was a trailer for the live-action Yakuza. Looked good.
I didn't watch it.
It's not a good story, so I hope that they change some things up.
The only complaint that, like, and this is a nothing burger of a complaint. In my head, I'm just like, Kiryu's kind of skinny.
Yeah, and
That's it,
like,
though.
6'3", make him 6'3", put him on some stilts or have him have some big heels. He should be a big guy, but whatever. It's the story. This is early in his career, you could say, and he'll grow up and big up or whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Couple of sad little things. We had the voice actor of Oogie Boogie, Ken Page, passed away at 70 a couple of weeks ago, and then Dame Maggie Smith, who most people know as Professor McGonagall, passed away at 89.
Yeah, Oogie Boogie, he was just at a Disney thing. He sang Poor Unfortunate Souls as Oogie Boogie. He did a very good job. Looked to be in good spirits and everything, but yeah, it comes for you.
Oh yeah.
And 89, she had beat breast cancer, which is great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just the video that came up recently of her and Judi Dench of just I'm turning on you. I found that real funny. Just very sassy. And let's see. I guess other tiny little things, and then the one last thing. Iron Mouse is now the most subscribed Twitch streamer of all time. Passing Kai, is it Sennett or Kennett? I don't know exactly how to say his last name. I didn't realize he was the guy that started a riot in New York.
Yep.
With the PS5s.
Yep.
But which, again, just people that not understanding VTubers and what have you, just a lot of people like, who is this cartoon character? Just like, all right, like take a minute to Google.
Yeah. It's current year. Come on now.
Yeah. And
that's what I really hate in discourse is when somebody does a thing or something happens to somebody, people are just like, who? Like, you're not special because you don't recognize who this person is. And you're not cool because you're willfully ignorant and not looking up who this person is and letting people know you have no clue who they are.
Indeed. And yeah, just I liked how for that whole subathon, she's donating half of her earnings to, I don't remember the exact charity, but it deals with her autoimmune disorder, which is the whole reason that she is a VTuber. She basically has like medical scarring and stuff, and doesn't necessarily want people to see that, but still wants to play games, have fun, and she basically can't go outside, so that's how she interacts with the world. This I found funny. So everybody is crazy about Mudang, the hippo that hates everything, will attack everything, to the point that it has affected the in-game economy of Final Fantasy XIV. In that game, there is a minion that is a hippo calf. It went up from like 17,400 gil, the in-game currency, to 300,000 gil in a matter of weeks because people were obsessed with this hippo, which I just found hilarious.
Supply and demand.
And then
at the beginning of every year, there's always people that are just like, they make joke images of like, I'm gonna predict the memes for this year, And it's always just like weird things where you just go, how is this going to be a meme? But if you look back and just go baby hippo hawk tua, it just seems like when we look back on this year's memes, it's going to be like, this is all just gone. Because like, what was the January meme? What was the February meme?
I just am mad that a girl said Hawk Tua spit on that thing, and she's basically set for life now.
She's a millionaire.
Yeah, no. And what's his face? Mr. Beast rented out a whole theater to watch her podcast. Oh, you didn't hear this? And then got everybody in lunch leads as well. And then also listened to KSI's new song.
They get Beast Burger as well? Just the whole shebang?
You got it, buddy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I had it once.
I would never.
Once. It was nothing.
Yeah, I have no.
Which honestly, I think is that's a high bar considering the horror stories I've heard about Beast Burger.
He is just let's get money, and if it's making money, he do not care about the quality of said thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Beast Bars are okay,
but yeah, like
the Feastables or Beastables, whatever the heck they're called.
I seen a tweet was just like, how can I tell my children to work hard when this lady with this hawk tuish is a millionaire? Like, why would you work hard? Why would you go to school? Why would you do anything instead of just try to become a meme and then capitalize on said thing?
Cash Me Outside, how about that? There's like so many examples.
Dude, the second she turned 18, she was like the number 3 OnlyFans of all time. Because she started at OnlyFans when she turned 18 and Mons went right to it.
The internet is such a weird place.
It is.
Weird, gross place.
It is. And here we are.
Weird and gross.
Yep. Where's our time? But what was it? I had a thought in my head, and then we got diverted by Hawk to a girl.
As all things do.
As all things do. Last thing I saw was probably could have talked about this Dragon Ball, but within the last couple weeks, we actually got our first English dub trailer of Dragon Ball Daima, which is now out, I believe, first episode.
Yep.
And we got our first glimpse at the return of Stephanie Nadolny. And while her voice has changed, it's been 20 years-ish, still sounds great.
Still.
It's just that energy that she has is Kid Goku.
That is my Goku. That is my Gohan. She is so good.
I prefer Clinkenbeard's Gohan.
Get out of here.
I like Stephanie Nadolny as Goku.
Maybe his teen. Maybe the teen Gohan.
Don't care.
That's
Kid Gohan, no.
All of them.
As for me, I liked Colleen Clinkenbeard because she can, I don't know, just like the softer register, the not as gravelly register, I like for Gohan, but for Goku, fits like a glove. And just the energy that she brings to it, of just always upbeat, positive attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, when Daima gets a little bit further in, they're gonna patch her into Sparking Zero.
Okay.
Right now, Daima Goku is a DLC, not a DLC,
like day one
pre-release. Yeah. Pre-order, man. And he's only Japanese right now, but they're gonna patch in English once it gets a little further in.
Gotcha.
Oh, speaking of, they data mined Sparking Zero. Guess who's in there?
What are they doing?
It feels like that he was gonna make it, but they ran out of time, so now he's just gonna be DLC. That's very much what this feels like. Of course.
Okay. I don't pay attention.
Take out. They have Rebrianne and her 2 whatevers. Yeah. Get one of them out of here.
But they got the
wolf guy.
To be the most fair, those could have been very early in development characters as opposed to Super 17.
Why are you doing Rebrianne and her henchmen early?
Because it's Super.
Sure.
And it's
but
more recent, so let's get the super characters
you hit
out
your
there.
Jiren, you hit your Topo, and then you hit your Frost, and then you're like, all right, we'll circle back to this.
Nah, it's all recent.
Nah, I'm a PG on this, man.
Get out of here.
The fans want whatever's the most recent, and GT's the least popular of all Dragon Ball media. So
sure, but you would miss somebody like a Super 17 more than a Rebrianne and her henchmen.
say that to her fans.
Fans.
Are people missing it? Since this is like one of the most popular Dragon Ball releases of all time.
Yes.
And if they are missing it, who's gonna pay for would you rather pay for Rebrianne and her 2 henchmen, or would you rather pay for Super 17?
That's a better argument.
And by better, he means he has no rebuttal. The answer is no, you wouldn't. And then one last thing that I wanted to mention is Guardians, baby. Honestly, the fact that Detroit even like they weren't even like in the picture. The odds were like 10%?
When they first started? No.
Yeah.
0.2% chance of making it to the playoffs.
So the fact that happened was bonkers.
It's literally history.
And
then it was one of the best teams in the world, like a super team to advance to the playoffs.
Yeah. And it was a good series.
Yeah.
Just in general. And just again, we have to now Cleveland has to try and prevent the worst timeline, as well as LA on the opposite side of things. We cannot have a all New York World Series. I will not be able to stomach Ralph.
I'm sorry. That's the funnier outcome.
No.
That's the one I'm hoping for.
No. I don't want that satisfaction out of him.
That sounds pretty funny.
At all. I don't even care if the Guardians lose, the Guardians lose. The Mets can't also win. Have it be LA, Yankees, whatever. It cannot be Yankees, Mets. It cannot be.
Yankees, how you doing? Let's go, Mets go? What do you mean? It's the duel of the songs in the World Series. Ugh.
Please, no. But with that, we can call this podcast.
You're missing one. The news of One Piece today.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got it's basically the start of the time skip, right?
Yeah. So what they're doing is they're going on break until April,
which they need to do.
Yeah, they're catching.
They don't need to do. They could have done it after Kuma's backstory. You cowards! They could have done it then. They were so close.
It makes sense because they were going with the Garp thing. You end the Garp thing, and before you cut back to the egghead, we take a break.
Okay.
So it feels like
the Garp thing with the Kuma thing.
And what changes in your argument? It feels like this was Egghead Part 1. We're taking a break. This is going to be Egghead Part 2. As opposed to
he was right there.
The Kuma thing happened. We take a break and then we come back to this Garp.
No. You do the Garp stuff. You do Kizaru versus Luffy, and then you do Kuma, and that's the break.
Hey, those animators are dying. They weren't gonna make it.
Oda's dying.
Yeah.
And they're giving him time.
He picks up that pen and he puts out work.
Hey, this is one less. This is one less iota of stress on Oda being like, they're catching up. They're catching up. They're catching up.
So they're gonna go and break it till April. And in that time, they're gonna do like a one-pace Dragon Ball Kai where they're gonna condense all of Fishman Island, which is something like 56, 58 episodes into 21 episodes. They're gonna touch up the animation a little bit, and they're gonna
touch up
the visuals a little bit.
They literally said they're redoing.
they're putting the Wano filter over it.
Yeah,
which I really like the look of it.
Yeah,
So I'm happy that it's there.
Technically, it's a touch up. Technically, it's a touch up. It's very much like what they did with Coraline. That was pretty much a touch up.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're gonna do that. I would honestly not be mad if they did this for the rest of the anime's run.
Yeah, I think that's why they went particularly there, because you would think that they would want to do a big arc just to be like a Marine 4, which is paced horribly.
Yeah.
They would want to do something like that just to be like a proof of concept. Hey, you guys want more? And then they do more instead of just something like Fishman, which is largely middling to the fans. But it might just be that they're going to do all of One Piece eventually.
Yeah. And I would not, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they do like half the year is new stuff and then the other half is like reanimated stuff they're doing just to essentially give them seasons. So you have the team that's going to touch up and you're going to have the team that's going to create the new stuff.
Look at this. This would have been a fantastic end. Wish her a happy birthday. See you in 6 months.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Come on, 1 year was that. And I'm like, I keep an eye on anime, just like, yeah, it's over there, it's whatever. I just keep an eye on it. But I was gonna watch that.
That's okay.
And you will in 6 months.
Coward.
I fail to see the problem here, DA. Are you saying you're not gonna watch it in 6 months?
Cowards.
That's not.
That's not an answer.
What I just said.
It's always weird looking back on these. Just like, hey, I know these characters now.
Yeah. Because they just look. It's just a conglomeration of people.
But some of them I don't know, so they were asked.
All right. Unless there's anything else that you guys want to mention, we can wrap things up.
Yep. Nope. Let's get out of here.
We got 30 facts about weddings.
That's fair. That's fair.
21.
I'll go 1 because there should only be 1 for a person. We got 1, 12, 21. 1, 12, 21. 1, 12, 21, 30. 1, 11, 12, 21, 30. 1, 11.
30.
30. Hey, meme. There you go. Mike, you should start giving people channel points for getting the answer.
In 2021, on her son's wedding day, a mother discovered her son's bride was her long-lost daughter by spotting a birthmark on her hand. The groom was adopted, so the wedding moved on. That could have went in a different direction.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, no,
I feel like that works.
No,
the car
it's
went
still
off
bit
course
weird.
for a second, but it was like, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it righted the ship. That's why I was just like, no.
They had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, it just makes me think of just like, you didn't meet your son's bride beforehand?
But people do that. Or she might not have even paid attention to her hand or anything. Like, it could have been any situation where like they met for like a dinner and not really looking at her hand or anything. But with this particular situation, maybe she held her hands or something and noticed the birthmark.
It's still odd for the mother to be like,
Wait. Why was the daughter long lost and then you adopt? Because I gotta assume,
gave up.
Yeah, I gotta assume
Like,
you
whatever.
gave up the daughter and then adopted a son.
I don't know if you can just give points.
The groom's mother quickly discovered adopted 20 years ago. Confirmed. They rescued her as a baby. They confessed that they found her as an infant bundled up on the side of the road and took her in to raise her as their own child. The bride, upon hearing the truth, burst into tears and embraced her biological mother. Yeah, it looks like the mom just sort of left her on the side of the road. That's not a happy occasion.
Yeah, it just so happened, and then she adopted some dude. What is the?
Oh, wait. This was China.
The girl was probably gonna be beheaded anyway.
The girl, it was just like, you have a better chance on the side of the road.
Child 3.
In this prefecture than ours.
Well, I mean, didn't they have a hard fast you can only have 2 kids rule for a while?
Yeah, and it might have even been something like
It
that.
might have been the 3rd.
I could see that too, yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yes. Overpopulation.
But now they're underpopulated.
And, well, just a good chunk of Asian companies. Did you see? This is the last thing. I just saw this recently. South Korea is offering birthing visas. Have you seen this?
Oh, where you just fly in and pump and dump just to get some kids?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Come spread your seed and get the f out. We only need you for your goo.
You just walk into a room, it's just a butt in a hole, and you just pump and you just bounce. You get a check in the mail.
Yeah, it's just like, but it's more implying you get married. But
No. This is funnier the other way.
We can read between the lines. We know what's happening here.
But it's like, that's because Japan did that somewhat recently, and now South Korea is doing it. And it's just like, because I believe the term is secular, where it's just like, they're very like, foreigners, it's not exactly like foreigners are frowned upon, but it's like, it's not like America where it's like people are immigrating there a whole lot. It is just the nation's people, and that is about it. But that, because of the declining birth rates, people are like, hey!
But then also, they're talking about, hey, sex robots are getting ready to be on the market. And what do you think is going to happen with that?
Man.
It is weird.
Discord's not liking what you guys are talking about. It's blurring your faces.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Well, then, with that, we will call this podcast a close. Tuesday, maybe. Actually, I think I'll probably end up streaming tomorrow, and then Tuesday, I think, will be a teeny break. Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday. Monday, wrapping up Echoes of Wisdom. Wednesday, going to decide on a spooky game to play. I don't know. Friday, you two fuckers better be available and purchase Mario Party Jamboree. It is coming out Thursday.
That sounds about right.
Because
that sounds about right.
I want to play that game real fucking bad.
Amber available too?
I'm going to message after we
get
on this podcast. Amber, Kelly, Ralph, I don't care. I just need 3 of you.
There you go. All right, yeah.
Actually, potentially more, because I think there's modes that have 4+.
That'd be interesting.
But Friday, Mario Party Jamboree. I am excited. This is one of the games I've been most looking forward to this year. And then, is this the last podcast from me for a while next week, or is it the week after? The week after. Okay. Potentially 2 podcasts left for me. Maybe this year. We'll see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode, and we will see you next week. And in the distance you hear... Later.
You should have a soundboard for it.
I should.
When he's not here.
I should.